Hey everyone, so in this video we go to the thrift store and we actually get some good stuff again. Nothing too crazy like we did in the early days, but we get some popular items for really low price. But they are starting to price things up again. So it was just a good week, I guess, where they didn't check prices. Yeah, let's see what we find.
Alright, so I couldn't record in the thrift store because this was behind the counter, but I purchased this huge lot of Skylanders, and I thought the next best thing would be to kind of open it in a POV type of thing. So, let's see how this works out. The reason why I purchased this is because I noticed some are Imaginators with this little platform here, and there's also some creation crystals which tend to hold some value, and they were all around $6 or $4 each. I spent about $38 total. There are still some more I left behind, but I figured, worst case, I could always go back and check them out. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open all these up, and we can kind of go from there, and I'll kind of organize them by Imaginators, by Creation Crystals, and Extra, and then I'll kind of look them all up and check back with you. I know this one right here is an Imaginator, but he's fairly common because he came in the original pack when you purchased the game with these 3 figures. I've never seen this one before. It looks pretty cool though. Let me see. Awesome. And they look like they're in fairly decent condition as well, which is good. There was one bag that had an Imaginator with their head cut off, so that was a little sad to see. But let's go ahead and keep opening them up. I haven't seen a lot of these Imaginators before, so I'm hoping there's some decent value here. But, alright. All of them are opened up. I'm going to go ahead and organize them a little bit, and I'll check back in with you soon. Alright, just went through those bags, and here's everything sorted out. So this pile I'm probably going to bring to my local game store and sell it to them, or bundle it up on Mercari and kind of see if it sells. But I would say this might be about $1 to $5, depending on what I do with them. And so this stack right here are the Imaginators. The top row, maybe about $5 to $10 each. And the bottom row could range between anywhere from $10 to $30. I might try to see if I can lot this all up in one go for maybe $50, $60 and see how it goes. And then these are very reliable. They are the creation crystals for the Imaginators. I believe these are for the Imaginators. They go for between $10 to $15 each. So I'll probably bundle that together for $60. So hopefully this is around $120, which will be great because my game fund has been growing and I'm looking to finish off my Pokemon collection. I have a bunch of the non-main series I need to pick up. I think a few mystery dungeons, another Pokemon Ranger. Need to get the 64 games in the box other than Pokemon Stadium. And still want to get the consoles. So probably going to have a collection pickup soon. But as for selling, we're going to get these listed and see what we get. It's been a long time since I've had 2 successful days at the thrift. In the previous clip, you saw me with the Skylander bundles, and now we actually have some games and controllers, because I just recently haven't found a lot of games there. Anytime they get a good game, it's behind the counter. So a lot of the games on the bookshelf are either sports games or just random Wii games that are pretty common. So going to start at the PS2. We have Tekken 4 and The Sopranos. So I just started watching The Sopranos, which is why I picked it up. I ended up playing it a little bit, didn't really like it, so I posted it, and it actually sold really quickly because it's in such good condition, so that's awesome.
And then Tekken 4, which is cool because we also found for the Wii U Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which is extremely expensive, I feel like. I don't think this is really that good of a game, but I think it's around like a $30, $40 game. And it was also unmarked compared to these two. It was mixed in with the DVDs. I'm surprised I didn't see it at first, especially because it's blue and stands out, but either way, 3 solid games. Picked them up for about $8 to $9 total. So now we have controllers. We got this Wii Classic Controller for $3.99 plus tax. Not bad. I'm probably going to sell it locally for around $10. It's pretty clean as well. And this is what got me really excited. I'm hoping tomorrow, which is a Wednesday. Wednesday is usually their day where they bring out all their good stuff. So I'm hoping they have a restock and they have a console or some games, because it's, I don't know, to me it's a little weird if they only have controllers. But we have 2 Sega Saturn controllers. If I find any Sega Saturn games, I'm jumping on those, or a console, I'm jumping on those. That's pretty awesome. But it's just weird how there was no console or anything. It was just these 2 controllers sitting out. But yeah, picked them up for the same price, around $4 each. I don't have a console, so I'm hoping they have one there. If not, I'll probably just sell them as untested rather than keep them. But for $5 each, that's pretty good. All we can do now is hope that tomorrow and the rest of the week we have some more finds. So stay tuned. Alright, so we got a few pickups from the Thrift, had an awesome week, but I think it's coming to an end again. So if you saw in the clip, I had 2 other GameCube games. It was X-Men Legends, and I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. It was, I think, Sonic Mega Collection. Those didn't have a tag on them, so at my thrift store, they have a tag on them if they catch them as games, and if they don't, then there's no tag, and it's kind of considered a DVD for most cases, or for most checkers I go to. So I went to one checker, and he's like, oh, these don't have a tag. And so he calls up the back, the person comes to the front, and then goes on eBay, and price checks it, and so I passed on those. But here's what we did find. So we have Sonic Gems Collection, which is probably the best game. We have WarioWare Smooth Moves, and we have Wolfenstein. So I actually don't have Sonic Gems. I might buy just the case and manual so I can complete it, because it is disc only, but it does work. It does kind of have this little residue in the middle of the disc. I don't know if that's from resurfacing or if it's just from use, but we'll see if I end up keeping it. I mean, I did really want this game because I know it has the Sonic CD game in it, and it has a bunch of other ones, I think Sonic R as well. So the next game we have is WarioWare Smooth Moves. It's a Wii game, it's a Mario game, so I felt like it's a good pickup to get. And then we have Wolfenstein. I picked it up because it looked interesting. I've never played the series personally, so I might give it a quick play and then end up selling it off. I don't really have an Xbox. My brother is the one with the Xbox 360, so whenever I go to his house, I bring games that I find and we play them. So yeah, that's it in terms of games. We also found a Nintendo branded controller for $5. The stick was pretty good, so I ended up picking it up. And it also had a nice little memory card attached to it too, which is a nice little bonus. But that's it. We had a pretty great week at the Thrift. It sucks that it's probably coming to an end. This is what I got yesterday actually, and I went to the Thrift today. And when I went to the Thrift yesterday, there was only 2 games in the front. And then I think because of what happened where they looked up the game and they priced it that way. So when I went to the front and saw the game that they had today behind the counter, behind the checkout, they had a stack of games, like at least 10 games marked individually. So, I mean, we'll see. It looks like there might be some good weeks where they don't price things individually, and then there's going to be bad weeks where they're pricing games individually based on eBay. And, you know, I wouldn't have a problem with it if the games were maybe half of eBay's price, but because they're like fully based off of eBay prices and they don't offer returns like Goodwill does, and they don't test them, I just find it hard to kind of justify that price. Like if it was a toy or something, I understand because, I mean, it's a toy. It doesn't have a function that you have to test. But yeah, with something like this, it just kind of sucks to see. But thanks for tuning in for this week's video, and I hope you all take care. See you next time.